That's right, brown self-storage pond. So this was not an easy test for us, as this was our first time. We had a couple rain did come, and I want to give y'all an update on this. We actually using our well to pump water into this pond. We got rain, but not a lot of rain. We got most of this, like little sparkles of rain. So yesterday, I had to go back because when we rained, water did fill up, like up here, but it went out because we had used glue underneath this bottom, but a couple scenes that the water was still seeking out underneath the liner. So I had ordered this tape, as y'all can see. I don't know if you can see it, but it's about a 3-inch wide tape, and it just now came. So I went ahead and set up the scenes of it. Now I got the water going back in it to bring the water back up. And pretty much we're gonna have fish in it, freshwater fish. It's a long ways. We got to buy more liner and add on to it to overlap it to the top. And these block bricks is gonna stay down here, whatever. Like some sand and rocks. So I'm gonna show you how it look. Like rocks and sand and stuff. For the fish or whatever, fish move stuff around on their own time. I got a brick sitting down there. So everybody's wondering, is it cheap to build a pond? Well, a friend of mine had a big bobcat, a John Deere. I'm gonna say that it was a John Deere big boy, and he charged me a couple thousands of dollars to make this here, pretty much. At the time when we first did it, nobody told me, or my wife, like, hey, you guys gonna need a liner. All the information we was told, because it was clay out here, the clay was gonna hold the water. And so at the time, the walls and stuff start collapsing or whatever. And then a couple people's, customers came like, hey, you guys got a big hole out there for a few months now. The water's not gonna hold out there because you need a liner. So comes to find out they was correct. So the water, when water reaches up, it pushes down into our water table, like push down into it. So I watched a couple YouTube videos and I see a lot of people was talking about the same thing. So some people may say, well, why you haven't ordered a liner big enough to stretch further out? And once again, like I said, the liner was way up there, but when the water started to push down, it sunk into the ground because all that is very soft. You can't even walk out there, you'll sink down like quicksand. So pretty much when he dug down into the water table barely. And so, pretty much it's soft. And see up here where I'm standing at, it's hard. Yeah, so to make a long story short, buying a liner is not cheap. So everybody out there think that liners is cheap. I mean, if you're doing something small like a 10 by 10 or a 10 by 20, yes, that's it depends on the depth, how deep you goes. But most people go I done seen them go about 3 feet, 2 feet and a half for a little fish pond. In this situation, this is a very deep pond. So I'm gonna walk over. I don't know how good y'all can see it. I'm recording on my phone like always. That right there in this big circle, as you can see, I don't know if you really pay attention into the coloring. That alone would give you about 5 feet right there by itself. So if you step on out, you're gonna drop, then drop all the way down. So I know a lot of y'all like, what the heck happened? So that's how I really wanted my pond to have a deep part for like fishes to be able to go down into a deep area and hide. And plus, when it get cold, they can be able to, go to a spot that they can kind of warm up. And so I wanted a big enough pond for fishes to pretty much enjoy themselves. Not too much being in the fish tank or being in a situation make it easy to catch fish if I decide to come out here and fish. Some people may say, why is she building a pond to put fish in, then turn around and catch the fish out of there and then eat them? Like, it don't make sense. Or is you gonna put fish in here to tag them and see they gonna make kids and tag them again and name them and stuff like that? The answer is no to that question. This facility is sought for family use only. And also this is going to be a part of our farm. So as y'all can see, we are working on a farm. And that building there is going to be talking birds, and saltwater fish and freshwater fish, pretty much. So it's time consuming. And also we got a soda machine, 70 cents canned sodas, ice cold, out brown self-storage. So this right here is going to be a beach part to it. So I'm going to get a net, white sand up here. All this, like I said, we haven't finished, trying to wait till the water comes up. That way, I'm going to order me another liner. So like I said, this liners is not cheap. Add on and use by the liner tape. I'm going to add on to it to be able to overlap it and cut it off where I want to, go at. As the water level rises, I got enough liner that it goes into the holes and so on and so on. So as it rises, we pulls up before it can fall into place. And I know a lot of people may say, well, you should go ahead and add on to it now before the water level get too high, for you won't be, nail it down or scratching your back out while it's high enough. Yes, when the water rises, yes, it's going to sink down some more. That is very true. Because we already is major over budget on a lot of projects we are doing. And like they say, it takes money to make money. So I would estimate it's November 2024. Sometime maybe around March or so. Hopefully this will be completed. Will be completed pretty much. And water should breached up a lot further. I know some people say it took them 1 year, took them 2 years to put water in it. Some people may say, why you didn't call your local fire department and see what they put water in it, what they charge y'all a fee, and so on and so on. So the question is that because I'm in the country, we personally don't have a fire truck department. The only fire department we have in this town is the prison. So the inmates drives a fire truck that comes out to the country to deal with fires. Yes. As for a water truck situation, this town don't have a water truck, water company. Florida has one, and Augusta, Georgia, and Atlanta, Georgia have one. But the price tag to come this far out, it's a lot. So I'm not talking about no $600 or nothing like that. That case, I would have had one out here by now. You're talking about at least $2,100, so at least $1,900 just for a truck to come out here. Yeah. So when you look at it, in my eyes, it's not worth it. I just use my well and just continue to fill up. Because our business don't get government funding or grant money or PP loans and none of that stuff like that. So it's not the fact that why you don't try to reach out because they won't give it to us. And a lot of people can tell by the tone of my voice, you know the reason why they're not going to give it to us. So that answers a lot of questions that people may want to say why y'all ain't getting help. Now, if you want to donate to us, yes, we would appreciate that. But so far, no one haven't attempted to try to donate. You know, a lot of people stop by and give us advice and then go down 2 cities over. Then we come to find out they gave Bob and Mike donations to help with this, to help them with that. And these is people that have, like I said, have millions of dollars and have bank accounts up to $50,000 in their accounts. But, you know, we're going to survive and make it. But it's coming along. It's coming along. So once this pond is filled up, once we got everything straightened out, so as for trees, some people may say, well, what y'all going to do about landscaping, like decoration? You're just going to leave it plain, put a bunch of bricks going our way around it, blah, blah, blah. The answer is yes. We're going to put bricks around our liners, you know, make it bricky around it, give it that pond kind of look, not too much, you know, a pond grass, and then, you know, like the pond level, then grass on top of the soil. No, I want to give it that more like you're going to a fish canal type of look. As for trees, I'm not going to put real trees around it because of the roots, because the closest tree we got is this one. It's a real tree. And I see a lot of people who did ponds, they put real trees by it. By the good 5 to 7, 8 years later, they penetrated the liner, the roots down to the bottom. You know, just so much going on. And 8 years kicked in, they drank the whole pond. It's a mess. They got to pay all this money and so on, so on. So I don't want to make the mistakes other people made. So what we're going to do is use fake trees and put here fake trees to give it that look or shade towards animals. As for the pond and algae itself, we will deal with that on other stuff. But I will definitely give y'all an update of this pond next week. This, you know, to let y'all know how far the water had came. I'm going to let my well run 24 hours a day for 1 full week. I know a lot of people may say, oh man, it's going to burn your pump out, brother. It's going to burn it out. I did have my well kicking on, off, on, off, on, off. Had the water going out of pace. So when the well filled up, I mean, not the well, I'm sorry. When the tank filled up and, the pump cut off, and then when the water drained out of the tank, it kicks up to fill the thing back up. So do I have the water on full blast? The answer is no. And the reason why I don't, it seems like it's on high, but it's not. I'm gonna get a little closer. Yeah, so it's not really on high. Somebody was just trying to call me like 5 times back to back. It seems like every time I try to record, everybody get to calling me. So the thing is this. The reason why I don't have it on full blast is that I don't want to drain the well out. I want it to be able to recharge itself at a pace as water comes back into the pipe. It sucks the water out because a lot of people burn their pumps up like that. Dry the wells out and then need time for it to recharge. Because once again, this is a lot of gallons of water. It's not filling up a small pool. Alright, I want everybody to go ahead, follow us, subscribe, leave a comment, share the video. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And I'm glad that everybody's surviving. Love to see another day to talk about it for the year 2024. Year 2025 is kicking in. You already know. Brown self-storage. And I love everybody out there, including the ones I don't know. Still love you. And at the same time, it's a beautiful day today. And look how beautiful that sky is, y'all. Look how beautiful it is. I'm gonna show y'all the sun. Let me show y'all the sun. Ooh, that sun is bright, ain't it? All right.